Hey everybody, it's me again. This time I think I'm gonna go with this particular figure because I have gotten into to Uma Musume lately, the horse girls thing. I've been seeing so much merch come out for them, and they're really cute. So I was like, okay, let me try it out. So watched season one, and this girl right here kind of stood out to me a little bit because she's tall, she's kind of weird and quirky, and so I kind of like that. But Goldship. So and I knew her Nendoroid was out already. Saw her pre-owned on AmiAmi. It doesn't even look like it's been opened. And it was a considerable amount of discount, and I had Shigeo on pre-order anyway, and since Anya got pushed back, I was like, well, let me go ahead and pick her up. So I'm going to be opening her today. She looks super cute. I love the facial expressions. But yeah, this will be my first, possibly only horse girl. I'm not quite for sure. Mirai Ship, I love her design. And then Twin Turbo. Like Twin Turbo, I saw her and was like, okay, yeah, that's kind of she kind of has my vibe. Like with the colors and kind of like the crazy look. So I may pick her up at some point. I know her pre-orders are already sold out on AmiAmi, so but I may pick her up at some point. But anyway, as I was like, I really liked Goldship, so I thought I'd give her a try. So her box is kind of a little bit more. It is like the common box where it's like you have the white on the top, the bottom. I mean, the front, the top, the bottom, and then you've got her, I guess this would be considered her signature color. I guess it's just because of her outfit, her racing outfit. But it's red, and it gives you like a little bit of the poses. Now, I think this one comes with a green base, which is really kind of cool because, you know, I like different types of bases. Or special bases, if you will. But anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at her, shall we? So here we are. Now Goldship, like all the new Uma Musume Nendoroids, is kind of a special case. So she has two blisters. One that has the main Nendoroid. It has the main body. You have two separate face plates. You have a effect part for running, and then you've got some extra legs and arm parts. Then you have the special base, which is bigger than your normal Nendoroid base. You have this, I think, which is like the outer rim of the racetrack. It kind of scares me because it's like, why is it bent like that? But you do have your handy dandy instructional slip for that. Then there is the which I almost missed this. It's on the back of the box. So yeah, then there's that. And you've got this to hold the little display thing, and then you've got the Nendoroid back arm. Anyways, let's go ahead and put her in a couple little poses. Now here she is in her first pose. This was kind of straight off the box, or the default pose. I think it's really, really cute. I do have to say, I think she's really great designed, and she has some awesome details, but her hat is kind of sloppy. There's a lot of like missed gold paint, and just not great lining, especially on the top line. I just wish it would have made it so much better. But the cool thing is like their ears are movable. I thought that was so cute, and their tail is on a ball joint as well. I think she's super cute in this pose. It's kind of like, you know how I love cats and cat girls. It's kind of like that cat girl pose, but she's a horse girl. So yeah, super cute. And then I just plopped this in. This is supposed to be an effect piece to show her running. And yeah, you just plop it. It's got like a little peg, and you just plop it in one of these pegs. But yeah, that's going to be our first pose. I'm going to put her in another pose and just put try to do the border in the back and see how that works. So I shall be right back. So here is her second pose. I tried for the life of me to get her in this pose with this, but it's really like that takes up so much space. You can really only do it with like running poses where you're displaying her completely from her side. And I'll show you, I'll go through, or I'll try to recreate that after this pose. I still want to do her in the goofy like shrug pose because that's probably what I'm going to leave her in. But just so you know, since she's a horse girl, she doesn't have any like ears. So I would not suggest getting these or using these faceplates for anybody else but her. That's the only downside to her Nendoroid, and probably all the Uma Musume Nendoroids, is they're probably not going to have ears. Her Nendoroid is also more difficult in changing faceplates. You have to take the hat off, then you have to remove her circular ear things or her like muffler things. There's a peg on both the front hairpiece and the thing itself, and then there's a hole in the back hairpiece, and you kind of have to match it up and clip it in. I was about to make the point that the hairpiece itself was kind of loose, but it really doesn't matter as long as you get these in. I had a difficulty with this side for some reason. I feel like if you get the peg, if you connect the peg from the front first and then try to do the back, it's easier. I was trying to go from back to front, and it was a little bit more difficult. Anyways, this is a cute little pose. She has two arms or two forearms that kind of stick further out that you can use, that you can swap out. And so that's what I did for this pose for this side. Like I've said before in the past, if I like when they have something there where it hides the seam because it's disconnected right here. So it's not jarring. It's not like flesh on flesh and then like a line straight down. Or like there's some, like I know my Rent-A-Girlfriend Nendoroid where Ruka has a sweater and the sweater's cut right there. It's kind of like, it makes it a little jarring when you do certain poses. Like other poses, you can kind of hide it a little bit. Like poses like this, or when you have the arms like this, it kind of can hide it somewhat. But when it's not, it just doesn't look right. Anyways, you can see that I used the peg for the sign. The sign is nice and it's not bad. Like, I'd rather have signs like this than I would like big ones that kind of take up too much space. I mean, this probably takes up a lot of space too. And I may or may not use it. What I may do is like put it further back and have it, see if I can get it to, or maybe move it to the front. That way it takes up a little bit less space. Because her base itself is going to take up a lot of space, which I may switch to a regular Nendoroid base. Or, let's see, I should have gotten that. There is a special colored base that's smaller. I might actually see if I can find that for her. So I can have her, so I can display more instead of just having, because I feel like this base is more for the action pose, which I'll show you shortly. Anyways, let's go ahead and get her into that because she is going to be special and actually have 4 poses. Okay, when you actually are doing this pose, it's not like that difficult. You might want to turn her head slightly just so that she's semi-looking at you. But this is kind of how it turned out. I don't have her kind of like I have her similar to the box, but not quite. But basically like this railing is supposed to be curved. So it's not straight across. And I mean, like, that kind of makes sense because it's like that way you can actually fit it on the base. But it has like these pegs that kind of go in the back of the railing. Then you have the pegs that go into the actual base. You could have it, technically you could have it off the base if you wanted to, if you have the room. But I think it's kind of supposed to be more like this. And then you have her arms bent, like, and it's supposed to be more of like an action, like she's running. There is a problem with like how long her hair is and the peg, because it basically limits the movement of the tail a little bit. So you can't have it like she's like, her tail's like flowing like right behind her. But anyway, it's cute, but I probably won't pose her like this. Just because like, I just feel like it takes up too much space for what it's doing, and it doesn't display her. Like, it's cute if you had them all, because that would be really kind of cool if they had it to where each, kind of like the Haikyuu boys are, where it's like you could build like a volleyball court. Like if you actually got all the Uma Musume Nendoroids and they connected and made like a whole, or if you could connect them all and make like a whole racetrack, that would be really cool. But if you're just getting if I'm just getting one or two here or there, I probably won't pose them like this. Cause it really, I guess it's like, they are racehorses. Yeah. And it's really cool that they have this, but I kind of want to display a little bit more cutesy stuff, I guess. And plus I don't really have the room. But it is really cool. I actually I do like this better than I thought I did. And it was a lot easier to fix once I knew I couldn't do a different kind of pose with her with this in. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and put her in the final like cutesier pose, the pose that I probably am going to leave her in for at least a while. But yeah, I'll be right back. And here she is in the final pose of the night. And I don't know what it is. I absolutely love this pose. I'm not normally a person who likes the eyes closed kind of poses, but I just, the shrug is just too cute. Too cute for me. Would I suggest this Nendoroid to just anybody? No. She's adorable, but she takes a lot more effort and it's harder to change the parts out. And her parts are very specific for her. It'd be very hard to switch out her parts with another Nendoroid, unless it's maybe another Uma Musume Nendoroid. And even then you're limited. I think she's adorable. If you like Goldship, and you can find her for a good price, I'd say go ahead and snag her just because she's cute. I may look for another base to kind of put her on, because this one's just overly massive. I would suggest to find another base. I wish they would have included like a smaller base, kind of like they do with the Marvel ones, where it's kind of like, okay, if you're not going to use it for this particular display or pose, you can always use the smaller one. I kind of wish they did that, but hey, beggars can't be choosers. I say that, yet I do nitpick about a lot of things. But overall, I'm really happy with her. I just think that she's going to be one of those Nendoroids that you put her in a pose that you like, and you're going to leave her alone for the most part. I think quality control could have been slightly better with the paint. Just on the hat just looks a little on the cheap side. I just wish they would have taken a little bit more time with the hat. I think everything else pretty much looks great to me. Anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed this unboxing video. If you like this kind of stuff, leave a like, subscribe. Maybe let me know if there's a horse girl that you think I should get. I know Golden Week, I think is it, no, Special Week. She's one that's like up there because she was the first one ever, and then they didn't make ones for like a couple years. I'm surprised they haven't re-released her, but I know she's like $200 and some odd in the aftermarket. But the other two I'm really looking forward to, or may pick up. Not a definite, but may pick up is Twin Turbo and possibly Rice Shower. But anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I'll see y'all later next time.